We living in prophetic times, so we bringing you prophetic rhyme. Supreme truth encoded, spirit designed to realign your mind. We talking about divine union, he and she, holistic living reality, which is an impossibility without breaking free of the Babylon system mentality.
I was having some communications. Someone was asking a few questions. First, the question was, why is it that you do not smoke ganja? And what's your vibration about ganja, marijuana, Mary Jane? Said very simply, herbs were given as the healers of the planet. We must comprehend and respect the nature of herbs, what they're there for, and apply them in a natural and innate state. In that way, we can get the greater benefit of how that herb interrelates with our body system. The healing process is how you and I would look at and respect marijuana. As a matter of fact, cannabis is an ancient herb. It has been known and grown for a very long time. The problem is that there are so many that have taken the herb and taken it to another phase and another stage. Maybe, I say maybe, because we have an awful lot of mental, physically sick and afflicted beings. And herbs are for healing. You know, if you come from a population of depressed, down low, downtrodden people, you come from a vibration where you have been sucked by the vampire system. And we must recognize that Babylon system still exists, clear, obviously, and pinpointed today. And when we look at it, we have to understand that unless the social phenomena occur that actually change the platform of how it deals and interrelates with the Earth Solar Conscious being, that we will continue to amass sick, afflicted, and addicted populations. And those sick, afflicted, and addicted populations will seek out those things that can make one feel more at ease, more relaxed. Whether it actually benefits one in a greater sense, the holistic living sense, will not be the concern of the individual. The concern that being will have is moment relief from the pains, the mental pain, the anguish of being or feeling downtrodden, feeling poor, feeling disconnected from life. The individual will then seek out some kind of cure or treatment. I am convinced that man, he and she, has degenerated and mutated into a stage and phase of life where unless we get really quick and fast on our JOB, we'll ultimately head to self-destruction, if you're of that self-deified nature. This is why we of the first Genesis tribe have made a complete commitment to resurrecting the sacred ancestral spirit presence of the divine children of the sun, within the sacred garden culture from which we come. This is our top priority, and that allows us to be in a mental state where we can reason through the difficulties that one must face when one has been contaminated by a system that opposes one's existence, a system that has actually deteriorated one over generations and generations of time, a system that has actually inflicted hurt and harm on the simple cells of the body by perpetuating dead, devitalized, and depleted fuel to consume. We're actually mentally, physically, and spiritually designed to consume raw and living fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, herbs, and spice. And we must begin to refocus our being into divine order. So whatever we eat or intake, the I suggests that we consume it in its raw and natural state. And so, when I'm asked about cannabis, my response fits right into the category of what I've just spoken. It's an herb, very powerful herb, a healer, just like some of the various herbs that are found in this jungle paradise that we have been gifted by the ancestors to reside in. And those herbs have different effects. You can take an herb to make you sleep. You can take one to make you awake. You can take herbs to intensify your breathing. You can take herbs to slow it down. You can take herbs to make your hair grow. You can take herbs to deplete that growth. You can take herbs to accelerate your life. You can take herbs to deteriorate your life. We have to simply decide what is the purpose, what is the focus, what is the reason. Because when the pain is hitting you, and the frustrations, and you feel down low and depressed, and you don't see any other way to go in life, clearly and precise and beyond the shadow of a doubt, the individual is more likely to choose whatever one can get immediately that will give one immediate and instant relief. The larger picture is that we must begin to regenerate our mental, physical, and spiritual presence as man, he, and she, sacred beings of earth, wind, rain, and sun. If it gets to be a point of reasoning where one seeks the long term that will affect the generation off of his or her state of being, then one must begin to reason with divine order. That may be a choice very difficult for one based on one's circumstances, especially within the Babylon system mindset. We seek that vibration of regenerating a divine and sacred few. That means clearly and precisely for those young, gifted spirits who have made a decision to seek something greater than what has been provided for them within the Babylon system mindset. We would be addressing that kind of being. Because at this point in time upon the planet, what we need are divine union relationships so that we can indeed go forward and breathe, seed, and feed a new consciousness on this glorious planet, quick, fast, and in a hurry. We need higher peace. We need a sacred garden culture. We need an environment where one can have that tranquil state. These are the sacred few that we address. At the same time, we know that there are those who do not have that option available at them at the particular time and space, and the chaos, the conflict, and confusion is overwhelming, and these are the individuals that choose whatever they can get in a quick fix. Therefore, we cannot be quick to start to condemn individuals. We can be an expression of a greater option, and we have a divine duty, obligation, responsibility to be an expression of divine order. Think about that. And know that if it's not about this, we are not about that. And if one do not fit into it and one choose to demoralize, that is that individual's choice. That individual has to deal with the principles of mind, just like we do. And so our focus is divine order, not toxic reality. Supreme truth, not self-deified fallacy. Our focus is resurrecting the sacred ancestral spirit presence of the divine children of the sun and the sacred garden culture from which we come through the divine consumption of the fruit of the tree, raw and living fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, herbs, and spice, divine union of masculine and feminine energy through the divine union of he and she in divine order, going forward to multiply this divinity into every offspring and vibration of the generation next through divine socio-economic family community order.
Madase. It's time upon the earth.